Welcome to the tutorial for Cambridge English Qualifications Digital. This tutorial will show you how to complete the B1 Preliminary for Schools and B1 Preliminary Digital exams. Let's begin by looking at the common features across all parts of the exam. In each test, there are 4 symbols at the top of the screen. The first symbol represents the Wi-Fi network. Click on the bell icon to see messages that have been sent by invigilators. The 3 lines open the Settings tab at the top of the screen. You can change the contrast from black on white to white on black or yellow on black. You can also change the size of the text to make it larger or extra large. There is a timer at the top of the screen. When there are 5 minutes remaining of the test, the time switches from showing only full minutes to showing minutes and seconds. When there is 1 minute remaining, the background colour changes. If you don't want to see the timer, you can choose to hide it. Click on the pencil and paper icon to open any notes you've created or highlighting you have done. You can choose to add notes or highlight text or questions. To do this, select the text or question you wish to look at. A box will appear saying Note or Highlight. Click on Note and a window will open on the right side of the screen. Type any notes you want to add here. Click on Highlight and the text you selected will be highlighted. There is a square around the question number that you are working on. Use the grey scrolls on either side to move up and down the text and the questions. There is an arrow in the middle of the screen, which can be used to widen the screen and the text. Use the arrows at the bottom of your screen to move between the questions and parts of the test. At the bottom of the screen, for each part, there is a black line that appears when you complete each question. If you want to come back to a question, click on the flag to the right of the question and it will go red. The red flag will appear at the bottom of your screen, so you can come back to it at any time during the test. You can also see your progress for each part at the bottom of the screen. If there is a tick, it means you have completed all the questions in that part. Click the button with a tick on it to submit your answers. Only do this at the end of the test when you have finished. The test automatically stops when the time finishes. Let's look at the reading test. The instructions for each part of the test are in the box at the top of the screen. In part 1 of the reading test, choose one answer for each question. If you want to change your answer, click on a different one. To go to the next question, click on the question number in the bar at the bottom. You can also use the arrow buttons to go to the next or previous question. In part 2, click on the correct text on the right and move it into the gap. If you want to change your answer, drag a different text into the box or move the text back to the list. Use the scroll bars or click on the question numbers below to see all of the questions and options. In part 3, choose an answer for each question. If you want to change your answer, click on a different option. In part 4, click on the correct sentence on the right and move it into the gap. You can change your answer by moving the sentence back to the list, or by moving a different sentence into the gap. In part 5, choose the correct answer. Click on the question number to see the 4 options. Click on the answer you want to select. If you want to change your answer, click on the gap again and the options will show up again. If you want to delete your answer, click on the cross. In part 6, write one word in each gap in the text. Click on the gap and write your answer. If you want to change your answer, you can delete it and write a new answer. The test automatically stops when the time finishes. Let's look at the writing test. There are 2 parts. You have 45 minutes to answer 2 questions. In part 1, there is an email. Move the scroll bars up and down to see the whole email. Write your email in the box on the right of the screen. Click on the green arrow to go to the next question. For part 2, there is a choice of questions. Answer either question 2 or 3. When you have chosen your question, click on the drop-down arrow next to where it says Undecided and select Yes. If you change your mind, change it to No, and then go to the other question and click Yes. In both parts, the word count at the bottom of the screen shows the number of words you have written. Your answers are saved automatically. You can review and edit your answers at any time before the test ends. The test will stop when the time finishes. Let's look at the listening test. You will hear each recording twice. You will have time before each part to look at the questions. You can change the volume at any point during the test using the volume bar at the bottom right of the screen. Listen carefully for the part number and question numbers to make sure you're looking at the right screen. In part 1, choose your answer by clicking on a picture. To change your answer, click on another picture. Use the green arrows to go to the next or previous question. In part 2, choose an answer for each question. If you want to change your answer, click on a different option. In part 3, write your answer in the gap in the text on the screen. Click on the question and write your answer. If you want to change your answer, you can delete it and write a new answer. In part 4, choose an answer. If you want to change your answer, click on a different option. At the end of the test, you will have 2 minutes to check all your answers. The test will end when the time finishes.